स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता ह्य सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहं। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्त कर्मबन्धविदाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मन्नाथो श्रीजगन्नाथो मद्गुरुः श्रीजगद्गुरुः ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Let us spend a few minutes in silence and meditation. Let us offer our salutations to the all-pervading blissful Spirit in any name or form. Let us by all means try to feel the divine contact. As you inhale and exhale, think of positive vibrations, peaceful vibrations, strong vibrations, pure vibrations entering into your body and mind. They will destroy all the impurities, restlessness, weaknesses, negativity from the mind and the body. Slowly, peacefully exhale the positive, peaceful, pure and strong vibrations. Your mind will become very calm, very pure, very peaceful. You are in a beautiful, peaceful, divine atmosphere in the mud. Think of the Annamaya Kosha and the Pranamaya Kosha. Which is called the Sthula Sharira. Think of the Manomaya Kosha and the Vijnanamaya Kosha, which is called the Sukshma Sharira. The Anandamaya Kosha is the Karana Sharira. All these three Shariras are covering the Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Atman. Dive deep into your own self. Deep within your heart is the luminous space, the seat of the Atman. Keep up the self-awareness. Meditate that you are the Atman. Let us meditate on the luminous self, shining deep within our heart. Your identification should be with the Atman, not with the body, not with the energy in the body, nor the thoughts, nor the intellect, but the only Atman. The one remains, everything comes and goes. Feel the joy within, the peace within, the strength within. May all be happy, may all be peaceful, may all be healthy. May all see what is good, listen what is good, do what is useful, know what is good. May all be healthy and happy everywhere. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ओम् हरिः ओम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। हरिः ओम्। We'll chant the first shloka of the Atma Bodha, then go to the main text, 14th shloka. Tapobih kshinapāpānām शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्षोऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते। तपोभिः क्षीणपापानां शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्षोऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते। Meaning is, I am composing the Atma Bodha or self-knowledge to serve the needs of those who have been purified through the practice of austerities, tapas, and who are peaceful at heart, shantanam, free from cravings, vitaraginam, and desirous of liberation, mumukshunam. To such people, this Atma Bodha is directly addressed by Adi Shankaracharya. Now, 14th shloka of the main text. Please repeat. Panchakoshadiyogena tattanmaya ivasthitah Shuddhatma nilavastradi Shuddhatma nilavastradi Yogena sfatiko yatha Panchakoshadi yogena Tattanmaya ivasthitah Shuddhatma nilavastradi Yogena sfatiko yatha. Panchakoshadi yogena, annamaya, pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya, anandamaya, with the union of that Panchakoshadi, and there are other things also. This Atman appears to be like them, our identification, our upadhi, so it makes the Man think that he is the body, he is the energy in the body, he is the mind, etc., etc. But the Shuddha Atma, the pure Atman, Neelavastradi Yogena Svatiko Yatha, like a Svatika or a pure crystal, and it appears to take the color of the cloth. Neelavastradi. Neela is just a usage. It can be green cloth, it can be red cloth, it can be yellow cloth, it can be any other color. Neelavastradi yogena sfatiko yatha. So just like the crystal appears to be blue in color or green in color or red in color, this is our daily life, getting identified with the different levels of the Panchakosha. That is why 5 times we chant the Omkaram. Every time we chant the Omkaram, think that you are not the Annamaya Kosha. First time. Second, I am not the Pranamaya Kosha. Third, I am not the Manomaya Kosha. I am not Vijnanamaya Kosha. One by one, you cut through. And then who are you? I am the Atman. Your real nature is that. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Ananda Swabhavaha Ananda Swarupaha. But the power is so much of these upadhis, it does not allow us to think of the Atman. So Neelavastradi, the crystal is pure, it is colorless, it is clear. That's why we say crystal clear water. Crystal clear water. So it is by nature clear. But the rays of the sun falling on that, you put a hibiscus flower, it takes that color. You put a marigold yellow, it takes that color. Because of its purity and clarity, it absorbs as if it becomes the other person. The crystal will appear to be of the same color as that is put in front. Therefore, the self is not affected by any color, any external attachments, and it remains pure. So this thought should be predominant in our mind. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Ananda Swarupaha. For a deluded person who has gone out of track for his worldly minded, the crystal appears to be colored by the color of the cloth placed before it, and he thinks the crystal is blue in color. Sri Ramakrishna says, when the rain falls on the roof of a temple or a house, there are many outlets. Especially in the South Indian temples, there is what? A Gomukha. Outlet is made like a Gomukha, like elephant trunk. Children who are seeing, they tell their mother, Amma, the water is coming through the cow's mouth. Water is coming through the elephant's trunk. For children, that much is knowledge. Amma knows it is coming from the sky. It is only an outlet. Again, Sri Ramakrishna says, when they go to a sweet shop, especially during the fairs, village fairs, small sweets are made like an elephant, like a cat, like a house. And the children say, I want the house sweet. I don't want elephant sweet. Thinking that each has got it, very varieties of tastes. But the mother knows everything is made by that maida, everything is made by sugar. Colors are added, that's all. Similarly, our mind, our life, it is deluded. So this Atma Bodha is a tool for us to remove that delusion, illusion and covering, as it were. So factually, The crystal neither acquires nor drops the properties. It's not taking anything. Just appearance. Is the shadow real or the man real? The fool thinks that the shadow is real. The dog runs behind the shadow. Children play with the shadow, thinking that is real. Similarly, I, the Atman. When you say I am the body, you don't say I body. In ignorance, I am using the body only. I am using the mic. And what is this I? The Atman. It remains ever changeless. And all the changes that we see, that we know, that we think of, that we experience morning till night, day after day, from childhood till death. What is that? It is only properties of the body. What are the properties of the body? Janma, Balyam, Kaumaram, Yauvanam, Jara, and finally Mrityu. The body has to go. So all these are properties only of the body. I was young. I went to that school. The I is going on. You only manifesting the wrong side of life. So the body here is compared to the cloth. That is why black people, white people, red Indians, Negroes, all sorts of colors we have given. Knowing well that what is inside is same all over the world. Just for that color people fight. Racism. But this Advaitic oneness of Atma, all pervasive Atma, should more and more go inside the society. That was Swamiji's idea. Manifest the divinity within you and everything else will be harmoniously arranged around it. Minus that we do everything. You see? Manifest the divinity within you and everything will be harmoniously arranged around it. The one remains, the many come and pass. We forget that one. We are worried about the role, forgetting the Atma, the original. We are worried about Xerox copies. So, the body is compared here to the cloth. But what is the truth? This body will say, I am the Shuddha Spatika. I am Shuddha Spatika. It doesn't go inside the Atma. So what is the idea that Shankaracharya is teaching in the 14th shloka? Think that you are not the Neelam, not the Neelavastra. You are the Atman. Yogena, Neelavastradi Yogena. Yogena means association, proximity. How close it is. The Asuras and the Devas went to Brahma and he said, they wanted to know what is immortality. Who are we? Then Brahmadeva said, you have to stay with me for 32 years. And this mantra you practice. Same mantra. And the Asuras took it, I am the body, that is the Atma. Devas also thought, but there is some amount of dissatisfaction. There is disease in the body, there is wrinkles in the body, and this body is becoming older and older. How can I be the Atman? How can body be the Atman? Some buddhi was there in them. So they went again. Brahma said, do sadhana for another 32 years. Then slowly they went mind, manas. Like that in the Upanishad the story comes. Finally understood, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not what I am thinking. At present, I am the Atman. So yogena, the association or proximity with a blue cloth. I am seemingly Always keep that in mind. Everything is as if, seeming, just a covering, upadhi. I am seemingly undergoing various transformations. What does the upadhi do to us? Gives us misunderstanding also, misconceptions, or false identification with the body. That is why Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, in the beginning itself, Krishna gives the Atma Gnanam to the so-called weak Arjuna. By nature he is strong. Suddenly he went into that Maya state. Bhishma is there, Drona is there, Karna is, all my brothers and cousins are there, whole other part of India has come there. They are called the Kaurava team, ours is called the Pandava team, and he went into that weakness state, identification. In the second shloka, number 13 and 24 and 25, let us see what the Lord is teaching us. 2.13, he says, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tata dehantara prapti dhiras tatra na muhyati. Just as boyhood, youth and old age are attributed to the soul through the body, crystal and the cloth, the body and the Atma, just as Dehinosmin yatha, the word yatha also has come here. Dehinosmin yatha dehe, what are the stages? Kaumaram, yavvanam, jara, ityadi. Tata dehantara praptihi dhiraha tatra na muhyati. The wise man does not get deluded by this jara, mrityu, etc. It's very clear that this is only for the body. He is observing, he is watching the changes in the body. That comes through deep practice and deep intellectual training. Then the next shloka, 2.24, Krishna says very beautifully, Achedyoyam adahyoyam akledyo shosyayevacha nityaha sarvagataha stanahu achalaha sanatanaha. See the idea of there, dehinosmin yatha dehe, for the body, the wise are not deluded. Then 2.25 he says, Achedyoyam adahyoyam akledyo shosya evacha nityaha sarvagataha sthanahu achaloyam sanatanaha. He comes to the main point called the Atma. What is the meaning of it? For this the soul is incapable of being cut or burnt by fire, nor can it be dissolved by water, and is undryable by air as well. The soul is eternal, nityaha, sarvagataha, sthanaha, achalaha, and sanatanaha. When is he giving all this? When Arjuna is in that morose state, delirium, dukkha avastha, vishada yoga, keeping the hand on his head and said, Ayo, hendukuddham jayai. Forgot his real nature. So first we have to give this knowledge to the people. Awaken. That's why Swamiji was constantly knocking on the door. He says, take the message of Vedanta to every door and wake up the divinity in every soul. This is his message. And he said that great Vedanta of the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita, I want to simplify it so that even a child would be able to digest it. That was his master plan. Make it everyday life. Don't make it only 5:30 to 6:30 on a Sunday. Everyday life, he says. Manifest the divinity in every moment of your life. There are certain very important teachings of Swamiji. That is what he took up the responsibility of Shankaracharya to take it all over the world. Then the next shloka says, Avyaktaha, ayam achintyaha, ayam avikaryaha, ayam uchyate. Tasmadevam viditvainam nanu shochitum arhasi. The soul is unmanifest, avyaktaha. It is incomprehensible, achintyaha. It is avikaryaha. It is spoken of as immutable. Therefore, knowing it as such, you should not grieve. Nanu shochitum arhasi. Put that context, that two shlokas into this 14th shloka. That's where your text and other things matter for future references also. Listening okay, but have a text. Be serious, be sincere. The great knowledge of the scriptures will help you to solve your problems. Who knows what problems will come, from where they will come. But when you have that stability, the dignity and the paperweight in your brain, no problems will affect you. So this knowledge will take it. Achedyaha, uncleavable, adyaha, unburnable, achintyaha, inconceivable, avikaryaha, not subject to change. What? Atma. And what changes? Jara, balyam, yauvanam, ityadi, body. Holy Mother Sharda Devi says, you are on the bridge. You are watching the flow of the river. Many things will come in the water as they flow. There may be a bucket, there may be a creeper, there may be a boat, there may be something else. You are only watching the drama, that which is passing under the bridge. Who is watching? I. You are the observer watching the changes. You are not affected. You enjoy the cool breeze. Similarly in the world, Sri Ramakrishna beautifully puts it, many of you know, the boat should be on the water, water should not be in the boat. Samsaranlo undu, samsaranila undakodadu. Because you are not the samsari, you are only the observer. So, the qualities of the crystal which takes over the Neela rang, Neela color, or the green color, Neela vastradi. Just because of the Yogena it is connected there, we think the crystal has become, Sphatika has become blue in color, which is not true. With this understanding of the 14th shloka, let us move forward to study the next verse, which is number 15. Please repeat. Shloka number 15. Vapustu shadibih kaushaihi yuktam yuktyabaghātatah Atmanamantaram shuddham vivichya tandulam yatha vapustu shadibih koshaihi yuktam yuktyavaghātatah Atmanamantaram shuddham vivichya tandulam yatha vapustu shadibihi koshaihi yuktam yuktyavaghātatah atmanam antaram shuddham vivichya tundalam yatha. So another wonderful example, earlier example is what? Neela vastradi sphatika. Now vapustu shadibih tundalaha. He goes back to the village life, where the paddy is beaten and taken, the husk is taken out, the rice grain comes out, and that is carefully preserved. It should not be crushed. All done manually at that time, olden times. So another lively example, worldly examples it is, and connects with the Atma Gnanam. What exactly is truth? So the problem here, what all we are seeing, Neelavastradihi, and the clouds in the sky, so on and so forth, all these 14 examples that he has given, So all called the upadhis. What is upadhi called? Adhyasaha. Adhyasa bhashya. Brahma Sutra Adhyasa bhashya. So adhyasa is the false imposition. I close my eyes and you say I am not able to see my face. Sri Ramakrishna is sitting on the cot. Disciples are sitting on the ground. And he is talking about why we cannot see the Divine Mother. What is it that is preventing us from seeing the Divine Mother? Sri Ramakrishna has a towel on his shoulder. He takes that towel and covers his face. Covers his face and says, are you able to see my face? No, sir, we are not able to see your face. But I am in front of you. No, the cloth is the problem. The cloth is covering your face. Sri Ramakrishna very nicely, simple as a child. Remove the cloth. So easy, eh? Vastram tise. Vastram is the upadhi. For him it is easy. But he had to fight with the Divine Mother for her realization for 12 years. With that vyakulata. Mother, 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 mother. What wrong have I done, mother? Every day is removing the upadhi. So, these adhyasa are false projections till shloka number 14. Now from 15 to 30, the scholars say, the Bhashakara says, he is giving the idea how to take the Atman. Upadhi is enough, bahut ho gaya. Now let us go how to get that Atman. Diagnosis is over. Upadhi, upadhi, upadhi. Now we have to go in for the truth. So Vedanta says all the sufferings and problems daily that man experiences or goes through are why? Due to misconceptions. Adhyasa. Keep that in mind. One word is adhyasa, another word is upadhi. Then, when Satyam is known, when the Atman as the truth is known, or till that Atman is unknown, let us take it as unknown, what remains? Only mithya remains. Only false things will remain. And these false things, this mithya, are so many, numerous, which man is caught. Kambal chodta nahi. Sri Ramakrishna is another example. Kambal chodta nahi. This fellow goes and takes that kambal, blanket, duppati, thinking that it is a duppati. Illusion. It is mithya, but actually it is a bear. And now the bear has caught him. And the villagers say, chhod do na. Kambal chhod do. Then the village of one who is drowning shouts, Kambal main chhod diya. Kambal humko pakad liya. Kambal chodta nahi. You put mithya, you put, and that fellow has caught you now. Suffer. The suffering comes because of that mithya avastha. There is numerous confusions, numerous illusions. They are prevailing always. Trying to push you this way or that way. Trying to tempt you. That is why we say in North India, sadhu savdhan. Oh seeker, sadhu means here, seeker, savdhan, be careful. There is slippery ground, be careful. Hold on, hold something and walk. Or don't go in the wrong direction, savdhan. So Gnanam, Atma Gnanam alone is the solution for overcoming the mithya, the illusion of this world. Nothing else can save you. Now he says, tell me how to get that Gnanam. Imagine there is a dialogue between the seeker and the student and the guru. Till now you are telling upadhi, upadhi, upadhi. But how to remove that upadhi? How to get that real Gnanam? The answer is very clear in all Upanishads. It's consistent. It is systematic study of the scriptures. Systematic study of the scriptures. That gives an opening, a wider angle for us to realize the Atman. That is why this shloka comes here. Vapustush adibih koshaihi. koshaihi, covering. As from the husk, etc., so also from the panchakosha. Panchakosha means sheets. Panchakoshadibhi vapustu shadibhi koshaihi. Yuktam yuktya avagataha. As by thrashing rice in a mortar, so also by logical reasoning. Atmanam antaram shuddham. What is the nature of the Atman? It is within and it is shuddham, always pure. Not contaminated by anything at all. The purity of the self. Vivichyat tandulam yatha, as the rice grain is uncovered from the husk. So what is the way to get the experience of the Atman? Learn to separate the visible body from the invisible. What is this? What are you seeing here? The body. The cloth on the body. Somebody talking with this body. And what are you? Somebody with another body. Listening through that body. Vedanta says visible body and the invisible Atman. Body is temporary medium that I use. Antaram shuddham atmanam vivichyat. May you separate, may you discriminate from the unreal to the real. Vivekam avivekam. Shuddham ashuddham. Satyam asatyam. Mithya satya. Dharma adharma. Karma akarma. See, all these we are doing. But we are doing not as sadhana. Not for realizing the Atman. Out of fear of the society, that's all. You go on the left side in India. In Europe and all, where do you go? Right side. That is the truth. But over enthusiasm, what do we do? Some youngsters go in the right and create problems. Mithya. Buddhi leda neeku antaడు పోలీసుడు. చలాన వస్తుంది. అప్పుడు బుద్ధి వస్తుంది. అవేకనింగ్. So, may you separate, may you discriminate. Discriminate from what? Discriminate from what? And why? Why is very clear to experience the Atman. From what? The ever pure Atman, unlike the body which is intimate. Why? It is mixed with something false. The Atman is mixed as something false. Which the body, comparable to the husk which covers the rice grain. I want the rice grain, but the husk covers it. So what do the villagers do? Nicely beat. But beating is an art. Manam chesthe adi emi nashna avutdi. It is a skill. Husking machines are there, but earlier times by the hand only, on the pestle. Then it separates. The husk comes out. So lot of pounding has to be done, lot of beating has to be done. Where? Within the mind. Beyond the mind, what is there? Buddhi, Vijnanam, intellectual. Just as one separates the rice from the paddy. A little more understanding of this. One more important point is there. The process of separating the self, the Atma, from the Panchakosha, what is it? It is not just an external thing, like studying anatomy and physiology. It is a deep internal process. Only the sadhaka understands. Deep inner process. And he uses the most refined of all instruments of the subtle body. As we are going forward, I request you to go study every day 1 or 2 shlokas of the past also. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that the continuity is not missed. What are the 3 bodies? First, Sthula. Second, Sukshma. Third, Karana. Now it is there. All 3 fellows are there. But I know only Sthula. In meditation, in japa, in dhyana, in study, Sthula, Sukshma. Then dive deep and get rid of that Karana also. The ego also. The ignorance also. So in the Sukshma Sharira, there is something called the intellect. But that intellect should be a purified intellect. A purified intellect alone can help you. It's a sharp knife. That alone can help you to cut through difficulties. Like a seesaw, it should be sharp. Blunt axe will not cut the trees. Need a sharp axe. And purified intellect. Not a corrupted, not a polluted, not a broken intellect. Not a drunken intellect. That is why Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. See, olden times, Gurukula Vasam. Swamiji wanted that Gurukulas to come up. Now Gurukulas are there, government has arranged, but nothing to connect with Swamiji. At the age of 12, he or she enters into the Gurukula. Till the time mother, father, nearby elderly people are their gurus. Then Gurureva Parabrahma, Guru Mata, Guru Pita, Guru Daivam. And by the time he has got some intellectual stability, then Taittiriya Upanishad, Ishavasya Upanishad, gardening, animal culture, gardening, everything they do. Alms, welfare, economics. One Guru having so much of knowledge. Meditation, Pancha, Patanjali Yogas. For next 12 years it is an ocean of joy, ocean of knowledge. In the Gurukulam, what were they doing? They were concentrating on the purification of the intellect. The buddhi, dhiyo yona prachodayat, dhiyo yona prachodayat, dhiyo yona prachodayat. Today all memory tests and ordinary stuff is going on in the schools and colleges. No strength. Because everything is prepared, everything is away. That is why all this corruption and malpractices, no buddhi, only done by the infatuation and instinct. Copy, purchasing the question papers, all that stuff is ruining the buddhi, the creativity. Swamiji wanted us to develop that creativity, that intellectual ability. Next 12 years, the fellow, he or she is studying, he becomes a Mahaguru, he becomes a Pandit. 24th year, convocation is addressed. Taittiriya Upanishad, Acharyopadesha. And Guru blesses him. Now you decide, my son, will you go left side or will you go right side? Will you become a Grihastha or you will become a Sannyasi? Choice, very clear. If the fellow says, I will go to my parent, so go with these blessings. Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava, Ityadi. Don't do the condemned actions, perform the non-condemnable actions, and become a good Grihastha, enlightened citizen. Like that, India was full of that because he has developed that buddhi and high knowledge. Out of 100, 5 or 6 remain with the Guru. They become the great teachers. Angirasa, Bharadwaja, Gautama, they all remained. They gave knowledge to their Guru disciples, and that is how the Guru Parampara comes. Sri Ramakrishna came in that line. And Swamiji took over. And we are continuing in the Ramakrishna Vivekananda tradition. Thi. should ring in your ears. Tell your children, tell institutions, thee, concentrate on the thee, not on the man. Man is only a reflector. Man is only a reflector. It's not the real. The real comes from within. Somebody was telling me in the Indian Institute of Science, a great aerodynamics scientist, says the modern generation have no research mind. They have only good memory. They by heart some paragraphs and come and pass in the entrance test. But when he comes here, he is a misfit. Nothing comes in his mind. He gets frustrated. He expects all the comforts and rights of the government, but he doesn't do the research. The value is going down. So Shankara is calling us, the thee is important. The discrimination is important. The brahmacharya is important. So the process is a deeply internal one. With a purified intellect, it is possible. That's why it's a great assurance by Adi Shankaracharya. It is possible. Maybe it will take some time. Difficult. Not impossible. Asadhyame kaadu. Konja kashtapadali. Avaghatat tandulam. The process of using the sharp, purified intellect to behold the self. Buddha realized the Atidurlabha Bodha. Buddha. Or Gautama realized Atidurlabha Bodha. He became Bhagavan Buddha. There you see, Buddha, Bodha, high illumination of the intellect. He used it to cut through the temptations when he was in Bodha Gaya. He cut through that barriers. So what is that process? Process is threefold. Number one, the grain with the husk is pounded to separate the husk. That is first. Mildly the villagers will beat it. Second process, the husk and the rice grain mixture is separated by winnowing. Butta. They put it and start winnowing it. This involves lifting the mixture into the air in a slight breeze. When you go in the trains in villages, we find this. They are doing like this in Punjab and other things. At what angle? Did they go to any university to learn all this? It's all by the mind. All by their experience. In a particular angle, when know the wind, they will be using it. This side, that side. The mixture falls. The grain falls directly into the wicker winnow, while the light husk gets blown away by the breeze and falls outside. Then the third one, what happens? The rice grain itself has to be carefully pounded in the hulling process to remove the bran that covers it, without breaking the rice grain. This is the third process. The same thing Vedanta says, 3 steps are there which are common. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana Tavyaha. This Atman has to be heard, has to be intellectually mixed up, little churning has to be done, manana, and nididhyasana, meditate and apply. Then knowledge will dawn upon you. So the last word in this verse is that the sheets are to be seen as different layers of cloth we wear. Panchakosha. When you go to the northeast, north part of India, northern part of India, cold. Still higher, coldest. Now Amarnath Yatra, so cold. So many koshas. We can't recognize that fellow. Up to this they will be wearing. When they come to Delhi, all koshas they will, tyagam. They will give it off to somebody. So as the weather warms up, we get closer to the self because we are giving up the koshas, coverings. We remove layer after layer of the clothing, or Anandamaya kosha also is given, and the intellect pierces through this into the self. Just like an arrow, it goes directly into the self. So the discrimination, another point is there, discrimination. The changing from the unchanging, That is Prakriti. Let us go to the 13th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which is what? Kshetra Kshetragna Vibhaga innate. Okay, in this beautiful verse, Sri Krishna says, Mahabhutanyahankaro buddhiravyaktamevacha, 13.5. Indriyani dashayekancha pancha chendriya gocharaha. Earlier also, same language comes. What is the Karana Sharira? What is the Sthula Sharira? What is the Sukshma Sharira? And the Sthula Sharira is this Mahabhuta. What are the Mahabhutas? Agni Tattvam, Akasha Tattvam, Jala Tattvam, Ityadi. Ahankara is there. Buddhi, Avyaktamevacha, Indriyani Dashaikancha. Pancha Indriyas, Pancha Gnanendriyas, Pancha Karmendriyas, the Manas, the Buddhi, all this is called one box, Chitta. Pancha Chendriya Gocharaha, Ichcha Dvesha Sukham Dukkham Sanghatas Chetana Dhritihi, Etat Kshetram Samasena Savikara Mudahritam. All these are what is called Kshetra, which is in word called Prakriti. And the Kshetragna, Krishna says, 13.21. 13th chapter, 21st shloka. Here we are giving the references. Please go home and study. In reference to the context of the 15th shloka. 21st shloka says, Purushaha Prakritisto hi bhungte Prakriti jan gunan Karanam gunasangosya sadasad yoni janmasu. Only the Purusha in association with the Prakriti. What is the Prakriti? Mahabhutani Hankara Buddhiravyaktamevacha. Indriyani Dashaikancha. That is called the Prakriti. Yes. In association with Prakriti, experiences the objects of the nature of the three gunas. Again, three gunas, what are they? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. See how many things are there? Very interesting graphics. Three gunas here, Panchakosha there, Dasha Indriyas there, Manas, Buddhi, Panchakosha here. Whole thing is our beautiful life. Forgetting this, what we are doing, God only knows. Only busy with all sorts of Vishayam Prakriti, as this happens. Evolved from Prakriti, and it is attachment with these gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, that is responsible for the birth of the soul in good and evil wombs. That is where Karana Sharira takes over. So this discrimination has to be understood. When you do that discrimination between Prakriti and Purusha, between Atma and Anatma, what happens? Your sadhana is done. Joyful, peaceful, happy personality. Anandamaya Purushaha. Who are you? Anandamaya Purushaha. Let us go with that Anandam and further take it up next Sunday. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.